Hey, Big Toe Joe. Hi. Hello. Hi, everyone. Betty McKnit here, your crochet mama. I'm here tonight to work on my 6-day superstar blanket. Um, let's see. Let me put that back up. And then I like to turn my captions on. I have my little Zoom call um, I call them my advisory council. There's the members of the Betty McKnitiverse, my membership community, and they have a little Zoom room that we just started doing this with this crochet along. I have a Zoom room for them so they can hang out and they can talk about me behind my back while I'm crocheting here on lives. And they can just kind of hang out and talk to each other while we do these lives. And sometimes I do crochet alongs just in the McKnitiverse um, for them. So that gives them just a little bit of that experience of being able to like hang out and talk to each other while we're doing a crochet along, which is different than, just being on lives and doing it, like separately in our own houses. But I like to turn the captions on, then I can see what they're saying. Oh no, you know what? I'm supposed to be doing this. I'm supposed to be wearing something that I crocheted every day, and I probably will take it off as soon as I flip my view. But well, how should I wear it? This is actually this is the first thing I've worn that is not one of my designs. This is one of Lion Brand's designs, and it's the name of it just escaped me. And this is their yarn too. The Hello, Happy Friday. The something Charlotte. I can't remember, but it's their silk mohair blend, but they don't sell it anymore. They don't make it anymore. I'm so tired of that. I'm so tired of that. I'm so tired of yarn being discontinued. It's always the yarn I like. But yeah, I don't know why they do it. I really don't. I want them to stop. But anyways, I'll stop. I will stop. South Shore Chalet or South Bay Chalet, something like that. Maybe somebody could look it up for me. It's on Lion Brand's website. I think it's like South Bay Chalet. Um, I was in New York years ago and just visited their studio store and popped in and just picked up a couple balls of yarn, and it was a long time ago. Couple They don't even have that studio's not even open anymore in New York City. But yeah, I just went in and I grabbed a couple balls of yarn and I asked for a pattern to go with it. And thank you for sharing. It says Betty McKnit shared the live, but I didn't share it. Um, oh, hey, uh, how are you doing? Tomorrow Eve, how are you? Holly, right? Holly, yeah. Um, yeah, I was on a trip and even had to buy a crochet hook because I didn't have a crochet hook with me. That's how long ago it was um, back when I was knitting all the time. I don't even remember what I was doing in New York. How weird. How weird is that? I think it might have been. I don't even remember. But yeah, I used to go into their little studio store, and yeah, and this is like a little vacation project that I made. It's really soft and light and easy to wear. Um, so yeah, I've been just making a reel of myself wearing something, which I don't know why I started doing that. I deeply regret it. I deeply regret it. Let's go with the 6-day superstar. So this is Star Blanket September, which is was inspired by something called Stash Bust September. And the reason I'm doing that, just coattailing off that other event, is because the 6-day Star, Superstar, and Supernova blankets are amazing stash busting blankets. These patterns work with almost any yarn. And every time somebody says, could I do it with this yarn? And I go, that might not work. I don't know how that's going to look. And then they do it and it looks amazing. So I would say just try it, try it. You can take pretty much any yarn. I recommend that you match the weights if you're using like all different yarns from your stash or whatever. If you're not going to listen to me about that, that's fine. But I just noticed this should probably be like that. That's totally fine. But you should maybe change your hook and at least try and match gauge with different types of yarn. And as soon as I say don't do that, somebody will do it and it'll be amazing. So you all are always doing really interesting stuff with your 6-day star blankets. And I love seeing them. I love when you tag me, and I love seeing all those blankets coming across my feed. It's really, really wonderful. Now, I just would like the traction and the followers because my stuff doesn't really go viral. It's other people's videos about my patterns that end up going viral, and that's cool. That's cool. I think it's because I'm cringy. I don't know. I think I'm cringy, but anyways, here we go. So this is my Superstar day. This is actually day 2 because I did day 1. I did the center off camera, and so I did day 2. I did it tutorial style last night. I have, I think, 2 more rounds that will be you're not cringy. I know I am. I know I am. I know I am. I talk too much is part of the problem, and I don't plan out what I'm going to say. And I look like a goofball a lot of the time. I realize that, but I mean, I am what I am. I remember being a little girl and crocheting and being like, I could do this for a job when I grow up, right? And my mom was like, God, weirdo. Mommy, I want to be an artist. No, you don't. I want to be a crocheter for a living. Like, who even knew this could be a job, first of all? But here I am. Cringy. But yeah, this is my day 2. And this yarn is the KFI Collection Pinwheel, it's called. And I need to have 2 so I could hold one up for TikTok and one for YouTube. It's KFI Collection, and the name of this color is Flamingo. I'm pretty sure this is a new yarn for them. You get it at your local yarn store. It costs $10 for one of these. It has how many yards, guys? 500 something, 541 yards, 495 meters. And it's got the great, they only had like 4 different colors in my local yarn store when I was there, but they have some really lovely colors in this yarn. And what I like about it a lot is that it's a gradient. It's not just like those abrupt color changes. So you know how I tell you not to let it change colors in the middle of the round. So it changed colors right there, but it's a gradient. The colors kind of flow from one to another, and this is a 100% acrylic yarn. For those of you that love acrylic, I know I love acrylic for the usability, the washability, the durability. This is, this when you give somebody a baby blanket, we all know what babies do. They poop. They pee. I don't know what I can say on here. I'm probably going to get demonetized. They barf. They spit up. Things happen with babies, and you're going to be able to wash this. You're not going to want like silk or, something, that fancy stuff that we all know and love, right? So I just think this is a really, really great yarn for this type of project. Star blankets look amazing worked up in gradient yarns. So I can't wait to see how this continues to work up. Like, I'm just really excited about it. I think this is a great staple yarn for yarn stores to have. I think Knitting Fever did a good job. I like those guys. I like them. I should say people because they're not all guys, but they're very nice to me. Okay, let's do the switchy, and I'm gonna just keep going. Yes, it's the 6-day Superstar blanket. Do the switcheroo, and I'm probably gonna take off my scarf. No, I don't want to flip the camera. I want to unmirror it. All right. Listen, there's a poll on this video on TikTok. Okay, if you're on TikTok, you can click vote, and in the poll, you don't have to vote, but in the poll, I have all of the details about what I'm working on, what hook I'm using, what yarn I'm using, what pattern I'm using, where you can find it, all those things that you know, people tend to come in and ask over and over and over again the same questions. This is the yarn, KFI Collection. It's called Pinwheel. And the name of this color is Flamingo. Flamingo. It's very bright, saturated colors. Now, YouTube or TikTok, the poll isn't up. Okay. I still haven't figured out how to put it up. I need my sister or somebody that knows. My mods know how to do it, but I have yet to figure out how to do it. And they tried to tell me, they were like, click vote. But I don't see it because I'm looking at my desktop too, and not my so who's here? Angry Dragons, are you still here? Or how about Holly, would you like to be a mod? I'm going to add you as a mod. See if you can do it. Let's see. Oh, Amy's here. Amy, can you start the poll? I'm adding a couple more mods to the channel. Just going to add a few people that are here all the time. Like Angry Dragons is always here. It's there now. Okay, great. Thank you. Furls gave me this. It says it's in progress. Great. Furls gifted me this blush Metal Streamline. And y'all know I'm an Odyssey gal, but I'm trying it. Okay, I'm trying it. I am trying it. What I like about it is that it's heavy like the Odyssey. I like my hook to have weight. Okay, let's go with round 2. Chain 2. So these rounds repeat just like the 6-day star. They're actually just like the 6-day star after the setup rounds. It's just the number of stitches is different because you have 14 points instead of 7. So the stitch counts grow a little differently, but it's actually exactly the same as the 6-day star. Double crochet 2 together in the same stitch. And mark it. Okay, here's where it's a little bit different. Chain 1 and skip 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 double crochet in the next stitch. Skip 1 time. Okay, so on this first repeat of round 2, I'm going to 3 double crochet and skip 2 once. On the next time, I'm going to 3 double crochet and skip 2 twice. So I'm going to have 2 clusters. And then the next time, I'm going to 3 double crochet and skip 2 3 times. and the next time I'm going to 3 double crochet and skip 2 4 times. So for the star blanket, I think it goes up by 2 every time, but for the superstar, it goes up by 1 every time. And then in the second single crochet in the peak, we're going to 3 3 3. 3 double crochet. Hi Brienne, I'm doing well. Chain 3, 3 double crochet. Okay, and going down the side of the mountain, it's going to be skip 2, 3 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 time. Okay, so it's 1 time this time. The next time you do round 2, it's going to be twice. The next time you do round 2, it's going to be 3 times. Okay, etc., etc. And then here's where it's a little bit different than the star. Going into the dip, you have a chain 1 and a skip 4, and then double crochet 3 together into the dip. Okay, so that's going to be the pattern, the repeat pattern all the way around. Chain 1 and skip 4 on either side of the double crochet 3 together. You're going to have a chain 1 and skip 4. And then 3 double crochet in the next, skip 2, 3 3 3. Skip 2, 3 double crochet in the next, chain 1 and skip 4, double crochet 3 together in the dip. I'm just going to do that all the way around. Hi, Heather. Heather says, good evening, crochet mama and all. What's that little plastic piece, and is it needed to do this blanket? You mean this? The marker? It's helpful to have markers. Some people like to mark the stitch in the peak so they know, to help them, just to help them count. But I like to have people mark the first stitch of the round because sometimes people get confused coming back around to the beginning of the round, and when it's time to join the round, sometimes people join into the wrong place. So I like to have people, once you understand the pattern, you probably don't need to, but it's helpful. A lot of people find it helpful to have stitch markers and to mark different stitches just to help keep them on track. Chain 1 and skip 4. 3 double crochet in the next. Skip 2. 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet in the peak. I'm a super beginner and have never crocheted before. What do I need to know? You need to know how to chain, single crochet, and double crochet in order to do this blanket. Skip 2, 3 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 time. Chain 1, and skip 4, double crochet 3 together. Chain 1 and skip 4, 3 double crochet in the next. skip 2, 3, 3, 3 in the peak. Skip 2, 3 double crochet in the next. Chain 1 and skip 4, double crochet 3 together. Love the colors. Aren't they pretty? This is really pretty yarn. This is the yarn label right here. KFI Collection Pinwheel. Stunning. I finished my first blanket last night, already planning the next color scheme. Nobody can make just one. Trying to finish my 7-day star blanket right now. It's been months. That's okay. I have blankets that have been lingering for months. I had a project that I only worked on in the car when I was driving up, when we were on like military moves and we were on cross country drives. And I worked on that sweater only on those drives. And it was 10 years of going back and forth. Skip 2, 3, 3, 3. 10 years. I have a project somewhere hiding in my stash. And it's weird because I saw an Instagram post about this project the other day and I was like, I have one of those hiding somewhere. I don't even know where it is. But I'm 100% certain it's at least 10 years old. It's a knitting project and it is, it's like a scarf that's made with a bunch of knitted hexagons. I shared my blanket on Insta. I cannot. Aw. Yeah, if you all tag me in your Instagram stories with your blanket, I always share them when I'm tagged. Same with TikToks. If you tag me in a TikTok, I'm gonna follow you. I'm gonna probably comment, and I'm gonna like and save your video, and I'm gonna repost it. That's the yarn label right there. And there's also a poll on this video. If you click the poll like you're gonna vote on it, it has all the options are like answers to frequently asked questions. Attention, my yarn is changing colors. It is impossible to make just one. It's like an addiction. And this is my favorite one to make of the 3 star blankets. Chain 1 and skip 4, double crochet 3 together. The 6-day star is the easiest blanket. Chain 1. Thank you, my dear. And skip 4, 3 double crochet, and then next. Skip 2, 3, 3, 3. I don't think this one is much more difficult than the 6-day star, but listen, the 6-day star you could pretty much do without reading the pattern and just following the videos, but you should really learn to read patterns. And so this 6-day superstar, I really do think you need the pattern. There's a lot of information in the pattern that's not conveyed in the video. And so you all should read that. And when you're over in my YouTube comments and you're asking me about things that are in the pattern, you know, I want you to read the pattern. If you're going to read it in a comment, you could read it in the pattern. You know, there's a lot more there than just telling you what the stitches are. Currently working on my second 6-day star. They are addictive. Chain 1 and skip 4, 3 double crochet in the next. Thank you, Deirdre. The pull feature only stays up for about 5 minutes. So yeah, that's the maximum that it will stay up. I can tell when it comes down to, because people start asking, what yarn is this? Where's the pattern? Do you have a pattern for this? And then when people ask me that, I want to say, have you been living under a crocheted rock? I'm just kidding. But seriously, the 6-day star really is everywhere. Skip 2, 3 double crochet. 1 time. Don't you know who I am? Chain 1, 3 double crochet. Thank you, my dear. Oh, she pinned a comment. What a great idea. Oh, you're a good mod. I'm so glad you stopped by. "13 days and 11 skeins in, nearly finished. Next up is Superstar." Yes. I still haven't finished my star. I left it sitting there on the table, and I'm trying to figure out what kind of edge I'm going to put on it. And when I figure it out, I will I'll come on and I'll do it on live. Chain 1. Oh wait, there's no chain 1 there. All right, let me take a break. I started thinking about how I was hot with this scarf, and then I started thinking about how I wanted to make a 6-day version of this scarf in the Tranquility stripe. It's a very pretty it's a very pretty scarf, and it was really quick and easy and fun to work up. And I've had this for years, and I have worn it so much, so much. It was, I should put it out where I can read it. It's not a moonstone. It's prenite. Prenite or prenite. Oh, that's okay. Just enjoy your crochet. You don't have to sit there pinning comments the whole time. I want you to enjoy yourself here. This shouldn't have to be anyone's job. Thank you. I got it on Etsy from Silvertolia. Silvertolia. And then they have the option, they give you the option to engrave. So inside, I engraved it to say, create joy. Can you see that? And that is just to remind me to be nice to people online. And not get, not get cranky. Sometimes I get cranky when people are mean to me. Does that make me a bad person? Maybe. But I'll tell you exactly what happened. I was at the Crochet Business Academy summit, in-person summit that she had earlier this year, and she had really gone out of her way. Thank you, Pat. She had really gone out of her way to bring Michael McKnitiverse to the conference, and he's the author of a book called Profit First. And because it's all crochet business owners, right? So he came in and he spoke to us, and we had a crochet vest for him. Because I guess that's his thing, is that he wears vests. So we had a crochet vest to give to him. And right before he went up to give his speech, they introduced him and they said, Pam said, and we have a gift for you, and it's a crochet vest. And she handed him the bag, and before he even saw the bag in her hand, when she said, we have a crochet vest for you, he just started taking off the vest he had on and just like enthusiastically put on this vest that we had given him, which looked really hot. Like very warm. And I just thought, wow, that, and I mean, the room exploded. You can't even imagine a room full of crochet business owners, and for him to have that reaction was just like, I mean, he won every single person over when he did that. And I just thought, wow, that's what I want to help people feel like in my business. And I did a lot of soul searching after that, and I thinking about just basically my purpose in being here. And then I came up with those two words, and I had them engraved on this ring. Sometimes I'm still crabby, but anyways, that's what I did. That's the story of this ring. It's also like, I mean, this stone is like, it's about dreaming and self-care. It's a very cool stone. I'm almost all the way around. Thank you very much. Oh, I'm missing comments. I wonder why it's not making that bloop noise that it usually makes. Um, when I get a comment over here, it is an addiction. Amy Bryson says, hello. Hi, Amy, Aaron Franco. Everyone I know is getting a star blanket. Yep. You can't stop. If you get tired of making the star, you can watch you can make the superstar. And then if you get tired of that, you could do the supernova. And then if you get tired of that, you could do the regular 6-day kid blanket, the OG. And then if you get tired of that, you could do the granny square version or the great granddaddy rectangle version. And then if you get tired of doing blankets, you could do the 6-day hexagon cardigan. You'll never get sick of 6-day though. It is really addictive. Makes projects go by really fast, and it's more interesting than just regular granny stitch. Catherine Sneed says, do you like the crochet hook you're using? You know, it's growing on me. It's growing on me. But you all know I'm a diehard Odyssey. They keep saying they're gonna make it again, but I haven't seen it yet. And I tried. There's another hook that I tried, and I didn't love it. I think though I think it was good for me to like not just pick this one up and do a couple stitches and be like, nope. Because that is how I felt when I first started using it. I was like, oh, darn it, it's not what I want. So I think it was good to make the commitment to do a whole project with it, excuse me. And so I could really get, really get a feel for it and get used to it. The hook is the Blush Metal Streamline from Furls. I believe I have an affiliate link in my bio. I think it's really pretty. They sent me this one too. They sent me this, the Onyx. And they sent me 2 of the Fjord resin streamlines. Yeah, it's a beautiful hook. I have a few of the resin streamlines. They're really pretty. But to be honest, I only really use these streamlines for photos because they're too light for me. I like the heavy hook. But the metal ones are heavy. Here's another one. It's an older one. This one doesn't have the size on it, does it? Oh, yes, it does. Just really hard to see. They're beautiful. They sent me 2 of the Fjords in 2 different sizes, but I gave one to my sister for her birthday. She hasn't told me if she liked it or not yet. Do I have any others? Oh, I have. Oh, here's one, the G, but I have an O Fire. The O Fire Co. Are very similar. They're very nice. It's very sweet company that makes the O Fire hooks. She's really nice. And I think the hooks are great. They're just not they're not for me. Hi, Debbie. Good to see you. I bought one of the silver ones. It takes a little getting used to. Yeah, I like the weight because I like the weighted Odyssey. For me, it helps me relax my hand. I love mine. I got the candy cane looking ones. My boy, oh, that's nice. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything bad about them. They're just not the right hook for me. I think everybody has, to me, I take the hook that I use very seriously um, because I want to keep my hands healthy. I crochet a lot, okay? A lot. So I want the hook that's going to help me relax, keep my hands relaxed and healthy. Don't let that get too loose. What is that cheer bar? That is a stitch balm, aromatherapy stitch balm. And you put it on your finger where you tension the yarn. I'll just go ahead and put some on because I haven't put any on in a while. And where you tension the yarn and the essential oils go into the yarn. And then your project is scented with aromatherapy and you are enjoying aromatherapy while you are crocheting. Are the metals the same as the resin one in the hook area? Yeah, I think they are actually. Oh, that's a little different. I guess it's still streamlined, but, well, and this is an I and this is a J, so let's compare them to. It's like got the streamline, but then it's like the throat is a little different. You appreciate these tips, you have arthritis. Yeah, and just because the hook works for me does not mean it's going to work for you. I know there are a lot of people who do not like a weighted hook. It hurts their hands. I think it's tapered. I think it's more tapered than the streamline. It's more tapered than this. I don't know. I feel like they changed the shape of the hook, the top of their hooks so many times. Like this is an older Odyssey. And then this is an older Odyssey. I just feel like it changed so many times. But I don't hate it. I definitely feel like it's like ergonomically, it's safe for me to use. Feels good. It took me a little getting used to. Okay, now I'm going to join. And that is the top of my round 3. Look how pretty a superstar is, you guys. I mean, look at that. Look at that. How much prettier could this be in this yarn? Cannot be any prettier. I love the superstar. I had problems with newer Odyssey when they changed the look. Yeah, I didn't care for them either. And then I stopped buying them for a while. And then they, when they discontinued them, and they had that last restock, I bought a whole bunch of them, and I think they were fine. Thank you, Marlene. Okay, round 3. This is going to be my last tutorial round. And after that, I'm going to start cranking on this because I've shown you all the rounds and you should be able to make your blanket without any more um, demonstration. Oh, but I should say this. Okay. So the next time, I already said it, but I'll say it again. The next time you do round 2, you're going to have 2 clusters here. You're still going to have this double crochet 3 together with a chain 1 and a skip 4 on each side. But going up the side, you're going to have 2 clusters in between the 3 together and the 3, 3, 3. And then on the next round 2, you're going to have 3 clusters right here. And on the next round 2, you're going to have 4. And then 5, and then 6 is going to go up by 1 every time. Okay. Very similar to the star blanket. Except I think the star blanket goes up by 2 every time. And then you don't have this skip 4 on the star. It's skip 2 all around. Okay, so you don't need me to show you round 2 again. You got this. It's the same as what I just did. It just has more clusters. Okay, and then round 3. Slip stitch and chain 2, double crochet 2 together in the same space. Round 3 is so fun because you get to just work into the spaces. Okay, so what's going to happen for this round, you're going on either side in that chain 1 space, you're going to have a double crochet 3 together. Okay, this is going to be the last one. This is this one right here. So you're going to do 3 double crochet in each of these spaces, 3, 3, 3 in every peak, 3 double crochet, and then DC3 together in each of these 2 spaces. Okay, 3 double crochet, 3, 3, 3, 3 double crochet, 3 together. That's going to be the whole round. This is such an easy round. Oop. I did a whole tutorial for this too. I just haven't edited it yet. I don't even know what I did today. I think I sent a couple emails. I don't even know. I feel like yesterday and today. I don't remember what I did. I know the day before I stayed up like all night doing the email, getting the pattern update ready and getting an email ready to send out. I literally stayed up all night. I think that's what's messing me up. Okay, in that chain 1 space before and after, we're going to have double crochet 3 together. 3 double crochet in this space. 3, 3, 3 in the peak. This brand is KFI Collection. It's from Knitting Fever. And the one I did before this was Juniper Moon Farms. Yeah, the colors of the Juniper Moon Farms was really pretty. Uh-oh, what am I doing? Pay attention, Betty! The Juniper Moon Farms is cotton. Israeli Mako cotton, I believe they called it. It was so soft. I couldn't believe how soft it was actually because my impression of cotton is like dishcloth, you know? Some of us, that's the only experience of cotton we have. Lily Sugar and Cream is traumatizing. Yep. Yes, it definitely can be. It's not something you want to wear. It's good for dishcloths and washcloths, which can be fun to work up. My LYS is now carrying a full line of organic cotton with some great selections in various size weights. Nice. And market bags. Yeah. Haven't ever made that. Did make a tote bag with it and it stands the test of time. Well, there you go. I mean, that's something to be said for durability. I hate when I make something and it falls apart or the yarn looks worn like right away. Okay, I just want to say, like, I'm getting curling here, but I'm not going to change my hook because I'm already way above the hook size called for with the yarn. And this isn't really true about so much with the star blanket, but with this blanket, this this is similar to like the traditional 6-day kid blanket. So if you ever make a 6-day kid blanket and I tell you to make a swatch and you make your swatch of these rows and you end here, your swatch is going to go like this. It's not going to be straight. And that's because these cluster rows, the decreases kind of bring the work back in. So this blanket kind of does the same thing. The double crochet rows kind of spread out, and then these rounds kind of pull in. So I like it's curling up a little bit, but I'm not going to go up, and it's going to be fine. It is going to be fine. So I see it laying flat down here, and I'm going to just like lightly press it down flat. It's not rippling, it's not curling, it's not pulling or puckering. It's not having any difficulty being flat. So I think it's going to be okay. So I know, like, I taught you all to go up a hook size if, you know, 0.5 millimeter if your work starts to curl, but you don't have to do it at the slightest sign of curling, especially this far along on this particular blanket. If you're really having trouble, and you could, you know, go up a hook size for the cluster rounds and go down a hook size for the double crochet rounds. But honestly, I don't feel like changing hook sizes up and down in the middle of a project is like I'm not proud of a design that makes you do that. I think it's going to be okay. I mean, not knocking any of, like, you know, the big box store yarns and those. Bye, Kathy. You know, Lily Sugar and Cream and the acrylics and all those things that we find at the store, because we all started there. You know, we all started with those yarns, and they do serve a purpose, but I wouldn't wear Lily Sugar and Cream. And as soon as I say, oh, I'd never wear it, somebody will say, I made blah 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 with it and it was great. I washed it with fabric softener and it felt amazing. I don't know. I don't know if fabric softener would work on cotton, or hair conditioner. I've heard of people washing things that are like a little rough or a little too tight in hair conditioner to soften them up. I feel like this blanket grows faster than the 6-day star. Hi. Feel like I'm not doing tutorial like I said I would for this round. I like the way these pinks are like going back and forth now. This is really pretty yarn. I keep trying to figure out what to make. Well, then you're going to make a 6-day star. When in doubt. It never disappoints. Have you made one yet? You're stumped. I started my star blanket 2 months ago. How do I keep the motivation? You come to one of these lives and work along with us. Don't put your project away in a closet. Keep it out where you can see it. I learned that from my violin teacher, actually. She would be like, just put your violin in the case, but leave the case open. Sitting out right. She had this really high voice. Sitting out right where you can see it. That way you could just pick it up while dinner is simmering. She's such a great teacher. I loved her so much. And a couple years ago, I get Christmas cards from her still. And a couple years ago, the Christmas card had a little book in it. And it was a book that she had written, and it had a little note in it that said, "You inspired this book. I never would have written it if it wasn't for you encouraging me to write it." Because I would say, I think you should write a book about your methods. And then she did. She and her sister wrote a book. I'm going to have to start that. I am making it for Sun and yeah, there you go, in fiery colors. Yeah, put it out where you can see it. Put it in a nice basket, not a plastic shopping bag. Get a nice little basket, cute little basket, or a one of those. My new favorite thing are these. Well, it's not my new favorite thing, but I live at the beach. Okay, so I have these beach um, bags, and they're plastic. It's a fake bog bag. It's a fake, but they're great because you can just stick your yarn in there. I have one sitting here. I have like 3 of them. My hook is from Furls. Yeah, you put it in a nice basket. You arrange it really nice. If you have cats or dogs or something. I think, somebody was talking about this yesterday. Oh, what is her username is like Lovely Loops Crochet or something like that. She was saying, I don't hear people talking about going through their stash and taking things. And I started stitching it, and I had something to say about what she said, but we start these projects, then we finish the projects, we weave in the ends, and then that's it. But I think there is a whole like ritual around a project that involves more than just making the project and finishing it and weaving in the ends. And it's like choosing the yarn, choosing the hook that you're going to use with it. And now I do the stitch balm, so that's another thing. But it's also like, what bag or what basket or what container is this project going to live in? And then, like, it gets its own container. Once you've committed to that project, it gets its own container. And that container has all the materials in it that you need. It has your hook, it has all your yarn. And so as you're working on it, you can put the yarn labels in there. You can, put whatever you need in there. That way, if you decide to take your project with you, you'll have your hook, you'll have all the yarn, you'll have the pattern, you'll have, um, stitch markers, you'll have a needle, some scissors to, if you do get to the point where you're weaving an end. So the project has like a little place to live in a basket or a bag, a project bag or something like that. I like baskets and things with an open top where I can just work right out of the basket. I don't have to pull all the yarn out. I can just pull the project out and go fish for the hook, Bonus points if the container has like a little side pocket right on the inside where you can stick the hook and the little notions. And then that project lives in that container until it's done. And then once it's all done, then I have a little like wrap up kind of process that I do. And that's to take any yarn. This is what I'll do. I'll take like the swatch. If I did a swatch, which I usually do, I'll do a swatch, take the swatch, and I'll take any yarn skeins that have that are partially used, and I'll ball those up, and I'll put the swatch, the yarn labels, any yarn that's the leftovers of yarn, the scraps, even if it's just a little bit of each one, just in case a repair is needed at some point, and I put those together in like a little bag, and then those get filed into a box with all the other bags of finished projects and stuff. And then if I have full skeins of yarn left, I'm either planning a project, I'm going to do something with them, and I'm planning a project, or I'm giving it away. And sometimes I've even taken it back to the store. If it's perfect skeins, I'll take it back to the store. But a lot of the time, I just give it away. I find someone to give it to. I spread the love. I share the love and share the happiness. But I kind of close out that project, and then I get the container ready for the next person, and etc. Any ideas on what to make a 15-year-old boy for Christmas? He's my little brother. Well, you could do a 6-day man blanket. In his favorite colors. If he has a sports team that he follows, make it in the colors of the sports team or his school colors. Make it in colors, inspired by something he likes and does. Like if it's like Pokemon, then do his favorite Pokemon. 15-year-old boys still like Pokemon, right? I would do like a 6-day man blanket. I mean, a 6-day star blanket is super fast and easy and fun to do. Going to have to figure out his favorite rugby team. There you go. Make it in his rugby team colors. There's so many great yarns out there, like the anniversary cakes from Michaels. You could do a 6-day great granddaddy blanket. It's like a granny rectangle. That would be a good one. Thanks for sharing the live. Okay, we're gonna slip stitch into the top of the, oh my gosh, look, it's gonna change right at the end of the round. Oh my gosh, I am so lucky. That like almost never happens to me, especially since it's like a really abrupt change too. Oh man, that's awesome. I'm gonna control it a little bit. Maria says they started their superstar yesterday. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna force it. Oh, that's such a little loop. It's not worth it. Okay, so those are the 6 rounds. So it's the same 6 rounds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We just started, we entered the sequence at 4, but it's the same 6 rounds. So if you want to call this your first round, and then call this the start of your second, or repeat the first repeat, and call this the start of your second repeat, however you want to do it, it's fine. It doesn't matter. Oh, yeah, this is the yarn. KFI Pinwheel Collection. KFI Collection Pinwheel. You're welcome. All right, so I'm back to round 4, and I'll mark the first one. Okay, so mark the first one, and then I'm going to mark this double crochet 3 together. And that's going to be my last stitch of the round, and then I'm going to skip over the slip stitch and the chain up when I come back. So don't single crochet into that. That is a slip stitch. That's how people get extra stitches at the beginnings of the round. And then on the next round, they're like, I don't know what happened. What's the stitch count? So it's a single crochet in each stitch, and then 3 in the chain 3 space at the peak. And let's see, what is this, round 4? So you should have 14 this time between each peak. 2, 3, 4. I'll count them one time. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's right. Hey, Cindy, good to see you. It's 14 from peak to peak. Don't count the 3 in the chain 3 space. Just count the ones between. I'm going to start going a little faster if I can with this hook. Hey, happy Star Blanket September. Thanks so much for helping out. I really appreciate you. You're the best. Happy crocheting, my dear. Thank you so much. Hey, Gigi the Crocheter. Hello. You're live too? All right. How does this work? How can you be live and commenting on my thing? You can see how I don't really understand how things work. I am technology impaired. I can't even find my live on my own channel. View your channel. Okay. Yes, I'm live. Okay, let's see. Gigi the Crocheter. Go to channel. I'm going to your channel, Gigi. Gigi's live. I just subscribed to you. All right. Well, I don't see much going on over there, but thanks for stopping by. You guys didn't remind me to balm up. I keep getting lost in my thoughts. Look at this. Isn't that just so satisfying? I don't know where I'm going, but I keep going. I keep going somewhere in my mind and I forget that I'm live. I'm just sitting here thinking. I'm talking in my head instead of what I usually do, which is talk out loud to all of you. I just say my thoughts out loud. But I don't know. I faded away a couple times there. What's happening here? Let me take my watch off. Oh, this needs cleaned. Look at that. It's really dirty. You listen to the crickets. Yeah, can you hear them? Outside my window. I got people walking by. I'll do a little hand. A little work on my hands. I saw somebody online doing this with a gua sha tool to their hands. Oh, I can really feel it there. This is where I get a lot of, when I'm working on my computer a lot, on these two middle fingers. I can feel it there. You don't have to go too hard. You know, just help the lymphatics, help the lymph flow, help the blood flow. Yeah, I have, that's lipedema right there. Are you all stretching with me? Just remember, my hands and fingers are hypermobile. Oh, Amy, that's really pretty. I can see you on the Zoom holding up that great granddaddy. And I can see all on that Zoom, none of y'all are stretching. They're probably not even listening to me. Whenever you're stretching, you should never go beyond a 7. This is my favorite stretch to do. You put your hand like this, you reach up from underneath like you're milking a cow, which is, I've never milked a cow, so I really don't know if that's what it's like. But anyways, you reach up and grab your thumb like you're milking a cow. Do not stretch beyond a 7. On a level of 1 to 10 with pain or discomfort. You should feel, when you stretch, you should feel mild discomfort and not pain. Okay, so remember that I am hypermobile, so you probably, unless you're also hypermobile, probably not going to be going as far as I go. Go to your, nothing higher than a 7. Even a 3, 4, 5 is enough. Never go beyond 7. We tend to think more when it comes to like exercise or stretching or any kind of, you know, anything that we do with our bodies, more is better. You know, no pain, no gain, but not so with stretching. All right. And this is my favorite oil to use while I'm crocheting because it's not super, like, it absorbs really quickly, so I don't end up like all greasy. Well, I just touched the bottle again, so now I am. But yeah, you don't end up all greasy. You can pick your work right back up. Okay, and then I'm gonna slip stitch into that marked stitch right there. You should have 14 between the peak. Don't count the 3 in the peak. Just count between. From peak to peak, you should have 14 stitches. Okay? I'm not one that like enjoys sitting and counting everything, but I know a lot of people rely on counts to make sure they're on track, and I mean, I know these patterns like the back of my hand, so I just don't sit there and count the whole time. So I've given the counts for 10 repeats. I feel like that would make a tent. So you don't have to do 10 repeats, but I've given you the counts for 10 repeats. And then, so you'll have the first count, and then as you do that round, cross it off. And then the next time you come back to that round, the next one that you haven't crossed off will be the stitch count that you need. Okay, so I'm going on to 5, and I'm gonna just start working and not worry so much about tutorialing, because you don't really need it. Now you can go back and rewind and watch the repeat rounds. So we're on repeating rounds now. It's just all repeat, 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 just like the star. And you're not going to go back to do those setup rounds. Setups are done. You're never to be seen or heard from again. And now you're just repeating just like the star. It repeats just like the star. Just a couple subtle differences. On round 2, you have a big skip 4 and a chain, where you don't have that on the star. You only have skip 2. Let's see. And in round 7, you only have 2 single crochet in the peak, not 4. Like for the star blanket, we had 4 single crochet in the peak. And on this one, you only have 2. And then the numbers and the stitch counts are going to be a little different. They only go up by 3 instead of 6 on the double crochet rounds. So you have 14, equally sized points. Now the Supernova is very similar. It starts out like the 6-day star, and it repeats. It does 1 repeat and a second repeat up to round 6. And then on that round 7, you have this little doodad here where you add extra points. So that's what's different about that blanket. It's really fun to do, but it's a lot more like, you do 3 in the peak, and then the next time you do 2 in the peak, and then the next time you do 4, and it's never consistently the same. So that one, you do have to be prepared to read your pattern a little bit. Now I made little stitch trackers for you all. I just about to start making one. How much yarn do you need? I would check the pattern for that, because there's so many options, and you can make it with just about any yarn. So I would check the pattern, because the pattern gives you different sizes, different weights of yarn, and it gives you yardage estimates for all of those different options. So I would be hard. I don't have them all memorized. It would be hard for me to like give you a number just off the top of my head. So you're signed up for Star Blanket September. I sent a little freebie with a stitch tracker for this blanket and for the star blanket. Hopefully I'll get my act together over the weekend and get you one for the Supernova too. It's always going to be 5 double crochet in the peak on rounds 5 and 6. Thank you so much. Man, this yarn works up nice. Now, mostly it's got a nice gradient quality, but that last change was a high contrast color change. But luckily for me, it landed right at the end of the round. So I feel like that one I might go ahead and control a little bit if I had to, because I feel like it would be an obvious change. But maybe not. It all depends. But I am really enjoying this. The council is in session. can see you all. I can see you in a little corner window. Um, I can't see the. Let me see. I gotta move this screen so I can see the comments. Oh, I'm not seeing the closed captions. It's okay. Yeah, I do plan to update the Supernova pattern. Is that what y'all are talking about? And then I had when I did the Superstar, I I had the 16 point Superstar open alongside it, and I made some tweaks to the 16 point Superstar as well. Just little technical things like the brackets, using the correct brackets, and the hyphen chain 3 space is supposed to have a hyphen. When am I updating it? Because you're halfway through too. I mean, the old pattern is fine. I'm not changing anything about it. I'm just making it easier to read. Because the way I wrote it is there's I have kind of figured out a better way to write it, but nothing about it is going to change. It's the same pattern. I'm just 2.0ing it a little bit and uh, making it a little bit more clear. Yeah. Nothing is different about the Superstar either. Uh, I just, I just rewrote it in easy little. I think I have one from 2021. I may try that one again. What do you mean? An old, the Supernova? I don't know when the last time is I updated it, but I've been updating them as I make updated patterns for those of you that are in the McKnitiverse. I've been putting the new one in your folder, and then I did a um, bonus content release of it. So even anybody that just joined the McKnitiverse would get the updated Superstar for free the first month. Wouldn't have to wait for it to. I think it's in the second month of the second month folder. So if you're not in the McKnitiverse, what happens when you join, you get access to my pattern library, and a one folder opens every month, and it has like 3 patterns in it, 3 of my patterns. And it starts out with like the OG 6-day kid blanket, 6-day star blanket, and I forget what the third one is, like Maya's roommate's hat or something like that, which was one of my early crochet hat patterns. You don't see me making it anymore, but when I released it, we were making them like gangbusters. Such an easy hat pattern. I should do that on a live. In fact, I think I will, because I have a pumpkin version of it. Superstar is in month 2. Yeah. So yeah, when you join the McKnitiverse, you get 3 patterns a month, but then I do like bonus content where thank you, Alicia. I do bonus content where like for instance, this month I updated this pattern, so I gave it to everybody in the McKnitiverse, the new update. So usually when I update something or I release a new pattern, whoever is in the McKnitiverse will get it right then when I release it. And I also do pre-releases. So while I'm working on it, there are a lot of things that go into pattern writing. Um, like there's a lot that go into it, and one of the things I do, and I have an area of my membership called the Design Workshop. So the people that are in the Design Workshop, they already have everything that I'm going to release like 6 months from now. And I'm working on something called the Tranquility Stripe. I have a bunch of different variations for that. And we're already working on that in the Design Workshop. So once I get those, and that'll be kind of like playing around with the design, figuring it out, trying to get it right. I'll actually give the stitches to the Design Workshop participants, and they'll go and work on them and come back and help me kind of work it all out. And then once I get it kind of worked out, then I'll pre-release it in there. And sometimes I just have to like work up a couple of samples to photograph and have nice photos in the pattern, or it's going into the testing process. But I'll pre-release it in the McKnitiverse. So anyone that's in the McKnitiverse will have access to the draft copy of, a new pattern that hasn't been released yet. And then once it's all done and finalized and I release it, then I put it goes into the folders. So you'll get it at like, month whatever. But I'll also release it right then. So anyone that's in the McKnitiverse will get it, the new pattern PDF. So if you love my patterns and you're like, I can't wait to see what the next thing is that she does, then you really belong in my membership. I'm talking about my membership, the Betty McKnitiverse. It's a membership community. It costs like $14 a month or something. The cost, same price as like one of my pattern bundles. And you're going to get 3 patterns a month plus extra stuff. And I have exclusive versions of the patterns too. Like this pattern has an exclusive version where it has 16 points instead of 14. And the star blanket has an exclusive version and has 8 points instead of 7. And the members love those patterns. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I did the pumpkin hat last year, and it was kind of too late to release it because like Halloween had passed. So I was like, I'll just put this in here. Y'all can make this pumpkin hat, and I'll release it next year. So I haven't released it yet, but it's a little pumpkin hat for a baby. And it's based off of that Maya's roommate's hat. That's why I started talking about all this in the first place, because I was thinking about Maya's roommate's hat. Just a hat pattern that I did years and years ago. And I think you'd get that in the first month, right when you join. It's in the first month of patterns. And I think I'm up to like 19 months now. So every month for like 19 months you get 3 free patterns from me. And just as I keep releasing stuff, I just keep adding. Supernova is in month 4 and it's September 21. So that's due for an update. So I'll be updating that, and then McKnitiverse people will get a free copy of the Supernova. $18 months. Okay. It's BettyMcKnitiverse.com. And then besides all of that, we have our Zooms. So that's my sister was just saying the council's in session. I call them my advisory council because they Um, they give me advice. It's a great group of people. We have a lot of fun, but I tease them a lot. They're in the Zoom right now, and I can see, I have a little window of them, so I can see them on the Zoom, all their different faces popping up in this window, so I can tell it's like a really active meeting tonight. And as soon as I go in, I'll probably get real quiet. They'll be like, shh, she's here. The hat's called Maya's Roommate's Hat. That's my daughter, Maya. That's her name on my wrist. Maiya. Maya's Roommate's Hat. And the story behind the hat pattern is she came home from college and she had stolen or borrowed her roommate's hat, and it was crochet. And she said, "Can you make me one of these? Can you make me a hat like this?" And it was basically a basic double crochet hat, worked, sideways, and then gathered up at one end with a pom pom on the top. And I was like, yes, I can make this, but I can do it better. When I do those hats, I don't do them in a rectangle. I decrease on one side so that when you gather it up, you don't have a bunch of, bunched up fabric to gather up. You just have a little opening like that to gather up, like it tapers, and you just have a little opening in the top to gather up. And then if you want to do it as like a messy bun hat, you can leave it open and stick your bun through it. When I designed it, that was a really popular pattern, the messy bun hat. The one where everybody was sticking their bun out through the top of it. Messy bun beanie. That was my business coach. That was her design, the messy bun beanie. She went viral doing that. She had her messy bun beanie on Etsy that she was selling, and she went viral. And then after I did the messy bun, or not the messy bun, Maya's roommate's hat, then I was teaching my friend how to crochet, and she was just learning how to do it, and she messed up on hers, and it was slanting and going crooked. And I was like, wait a minute, that actually looks kind of cool. So then I did a slanted version, and it's called the swirly hat. Maya's roommate's hat, the swirly version, or something like that. I don't even remember what I named this stuff then. I thought I was being so clever. What's really amazing is how big this blanket is getting. And I'm not even close to being done with this skein of yarn. Yep, it's the first one. I have 2 more nights to work on this on lives. $500 plus yards. That's right. 544. It is pretty. It's kind of like watermelon colors. You know, it looks much more orange on TikTok than it is. It's really pink. It's the name of the color is Flamingo, and it's really giving flamingo. Like it's a really good name for it. They have some really pretty colors of this too. Very nice long color changes. And this one right here is it's bright pink. Check YouTube because it looks more peachy orange on TikTok than it is. The colors on YouTube is giving a more accurate representation. But this was the only abrupt color change, high contrast color change. All the rest were really gradient, and I just think it's so pretty. I like when yarn is more gradient in nature. Super pink. Yeah, it's flamingo pink. It is flamingo. It's a really good name. They named it well. They have some really pretty beachy colors of this too. I will not buy more yarn. I will not buy more yarn. Council is wondering how I keep my cake from caving in. I intimidate it. I don't give it a choice. TikTok can't see it. I try not to move it around too much. But eventually it will cave in and it'll probably tangle up and I'll be mad. I have some yarn in my cart because I might not have enough to finish off current project. A little bit on Yarn Chicken maybe. Uh-oh. Do you know what I did today? I went to the Michaels website. 12. Are you hearing me? 12 anniversary cakes in my cart. Now what? I don't even want those. Didn't I say I wasn't buying any? I need an anniversary cake. You need 2. I had 2 of like 6 different colors. I was like, I need them. I do not need them. I have an anniversary cake project. Those anniversary cakes sat next to my desk for a year. They are nice and quick to work up, but I'm not going to buy any more. But I'm just saying, I think the 6-Day Great Granddaddy is a really good project for them. Maybe I will get 2 more and do like 1 more Great Granddaddy so I can, But I don't need, Michaels won't give me an affiliate link, so why should I sell yarn for them? You know what I'm saying? The heck? Lion Brand has been reminding you can't use voucher if using promo code. Oh, well, I got a senior discount at Michaels. 10% off all those yarns. I mean, I had like 12 of them in my cart and it wasn't even $300. They're on sale for $27.99. They're usually $39. They're on sale for $27.99 each plus discount, plus I had like a $5 voucher. My color doesn't appear to be available at Michaels or... Oh, no. What color is that, Debbie? What are you looking for? Unicorn, only small ones. I want the bonus bundle. Unicorn, I don't think I have any of that. I'm not even sure I know which color that is. I didn't even think Michael sold the bonus bundles. If I had one, I'd give it to you. I'd come bring it to you personally. I told you, yarn delivery. You want me to go track one down for you and bring it? I will. It's a yarn emergency. It's going to be my last round. I'm coming to the end of it. Yarn emergencies are the worst. Pink, white, and light blue. Yeah, I don't remember ever seeing that. And Lion Brand doesn't have it? I'll see if I need it first. Would I like to match to current yarn since I bought it a while ago? Yeah, I get it. There's shipping. There's a discount code, but can't use rewards. Why do they do that? Just give us the yarn. Just give it to us. This one's called Flamingo. Dun 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 dun. With round 6. If I can make it to the corner, then I have white for the border. All right. Well, you better crochet faster so you don't run out of yarn. See, now if I move this, it will collapse. So I'm going to have to be real careful. Somebody should make a thing. I know they have them for shapias that are like little things you put in the middle of the skein to keep it from collapsing. Courtney, Goth Fairies had them. I think somebody was 3D printing them at her LYS. Isn't that pretty? All right, let me set my little, set up my end screen. So we want this in there. I like it up there better. You can see it. I use a 2-liter bottle. I know, I was like looking for something on my desk that I could put in there. I could put one of my mugs in it. I think it's too big though. It's too big. I don't know. What should I do? Should I do heart hands? Or is everybody sick of that? Use random items until I get up to the 2-liter bottle. I just thought I should have put the skein in a heart. Then it would probably collapse. I'll find something to stick in there between now and then. I'm going to have to take this in the other room, and um, I cannot stand pulling from the outside of a skein. I'm sorry. I can't stand it rolling around, and even if it's in a yarn bowl or on one of those things, I cannot stand pulling from the outside of a skein. It just, it's not fun for me. Yeah, I don't do those either. I don't like it. I'm sorry. I'm happy that you like it and it works for you. I'm not saying nobody should do it. I'm saying I don't like it. I don't like doing it. I like pulling from the inside. The center always pukes and it hasn't tangled yet, but it will. It will eventually when it gets smaller. Um, when I get to the end, I'll be I'll be cursing. You'll hear me cussing next on my next live because that is going to tangle. I got to figure something out. I got to figure out what to do to make it not collapse. Uh, I'll figure it out. But yeah, just oh goodness. Okay, I think I'm done. I think I'm done. I'm yawning. Thank you so much for hanging out tonight. Have a wonderful night. Bye now. See you tomorrow.